All right, guys, this is Shane chiming in. Jocelyn, go ahead and talk for a quick sound check.
Hello.
As Jocelyn just put in the chat room, both of our children are still awake. We tried to get them in bed. We always plan for 9 o'clock because usually our kids are asleep by then, but they are especially wired tonight. So you may get a cameo appearance of Isaac and Anna Joe during this broadcast. We have the baby monitor here. We've got a monitor upstairs, and we can still hear them chattering in school. Hold on one second. I'm getting some feedback. All right. I'm going to hit pause over here on mine. Looks like we are playing. If we could just get some confirmation in the chat room that everyone can hear us, that is what we need to do right now. Just make sure everyone can hear. Everyone can see the chat room. It should be appearing in the comment box right below the video. Looks like mine is going there. So as soon as we see some people that let us know, yes, I can hear you, just let us know. All right, Kevin Depew can hear it. If we can get 2 or 3 more, you shouldn't see anything except for the picture of me and Jocelyn. We only share the screen when we need to, if we need to answer a question and show somebody something.
Don't want anybody to see me in my pajamas.
Yeah, we are totally like just chilling here in the middle of the office tonight. Jocelyn actually is covered in a blanket. It's really hot here in Kentucky right now. So like our AC
not
is
in our house.
Not in our house. Our AC is like cranking right now to keep us cool, but I'm freezing her out. All right, so we've got a couple more questions coming in. If we could just get some more people to let us know that they can hear us. I'm going to go ahead and hit play in the chat box if you have not already. Have a really good turnout. Already got almost 20 people in the on the call tonight. For those of you who are new to the community, we do rotate these calls. This is our 9 p.m. Each month we move it to a different time. The next call will be a 9 a.m. call, and then we do 12 noon Eastern time, and then we do 3 p.m. Eastern time. We move them around like that to make sure we hit everybody in every time zone.
We have people all over the world.
All over the world. We have people on every continent. It's crazy, except for Antarctica. We haven't got the scientists down at the Darwin station yet, but we do have people all over the world and in every time zone in America. Okay. Let's see. Sound is good on Ben's end. Sound is good on Kevin's end. Karen, looks like maybe it might be on yours, or wait for it to buffer. All right. Got some other people asking questions. Janelle cannot hear either. You might be on a delay if you've hit play. Let's see. I had to open mine in YouTube to hear it wouldn't play in the forums. That was what I was afraid of. Okay, so hold on one second. I'm going to try and fix this if I can. I think I know what to do.
Yeah, we
YouTube
had an
has
issue
changed
with
some
this
things
on our last webinar too, so we're going to try to see if we can figure out what's going on.
Go ahead and tell everyone that they might need to go to the YouTube link. Let me see here. YouTube page. I think I can fix this though. I think I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's telling me that it's been disabled.
All right, guys, just hold on one second. YouTube has changed a ton of stuff. We're going to probably get away from Hangouts on Air after this one, but I think I can fix this very quickly. Let's see.
Rebecca, we're hearing that too about AdSense.
Yep.
And they're moving over to YouTube Live apparently. So we're going to have to learn more about that and see if we're going to continue with this route or try something different.
We are trying to change this to using Google Hangouts on Air, custom, advanced settings, and there should be an embed privacy somewhere here. All right, guys, we are going to get to your questions. Yeah, it will not let me pick the privacy to allow embedding. All right, we're going to have to probably get everyone to open it in YouTube to hear it. So, Jocelyn, if you could put that in the chat right now. Not sure why it's doing that. Yep.
Yeah, Rebecca, that's the problem.
I know.
We were doing a webinar a couple of weeks ago. Some of you guys might have been on that, and we didn't realize that they had made a change, and it was a little bit crazy there for about 15 or 20 minutes. So it was the same type thing we're now experiencing, and we apologize for any inconvenience. It's just that this has just happened fairly recently,
last week or two. Yeah.
So we're trying to figure out what we're going to do next. Okay, it looks like people are starting to open up.
So
YouTube,
what you really need to
thank you for doing that.
Yeah, tell everybody in the chat, Jocelyn, what you need to do is basically open up the separate tab with YouTube and just keep the forum open so you can still follow along in the chat. and maybe that way you can just listen to it in the background. I am in the screen. It will not let me. Change it. It will not let me without embedding.
You can also pop out the chat box. If you push, there's like 2 little squares up in the top of the chat box. If you push those, it will pop that out into a separate window. So that way you can chat and listen on YouTube.
And for those of you who have made it over, we're going to give everybody a minute or two more to get opened up. As we go through the questions, Jocelyn and I will get distracted here in a second as we start asking for everything. But as you see people pop in and out of the chat room, if everyone, we're going to see people say, I can't hear.
Just tell them to push the YouTube button at the bottom of the screen, and it should pop open into a new window. If somebody could kind of monitor that, because usually during the Q&As, I'm up in the questions and I'm not seeing the chat as it comes through.
So help us out tonight on that, guys. And if you could help guide people in the right direction to get them to open the YouTube thing. And also, to keep this open if you want to ask a question, because the chat is a very, very important thing for this call. Okay. So what we will do, Jocelyn's monitoring the chat. We'll jump into some of the questions. We've already got a couple in the forum post. We'll get to those in a few minutes, and we will go back up. And I think Ben asked the first question tonight. So we need to go up. Did you see Ben? Whoa, we are rolling tonight.
Yeah, I got Ben.
All right. So let's just go ahead and jump into our questions. Let me actually, I'm going to edit this post real quick, Jocelyn. So if you want to, you can go ahead and start with that. And I'm going to just put open the thing. I'm going to leave a note for anybody just logging in.
All right. Ben says, do you guys have a recommended way to look for a VA? A VA is virtual assistant. How much should I have in my monthly budget before looking into getting someone to help? And how do I go about the process of hiring someone? That's a great question, Ben, and it's one that is not an easy answer like most of the questions that we get. There's no clear-cut way to say, well, if you make $2,000 a month, you can hire a VA, or a different number. That's just hard to say, but I would recommend trying to get one sooner rather than later, as you're finding your time being split up and you're not able to do a lot of the tasks that need to be done. As far as importance in your business, then that is probably the right time to hire a virtual assistant. As far as where to find them, it can be hit or miss. It's like anything else. If you're looking for an overseas person, they are less expensive. However, a lot of times they do require a lot of training and a lot of hand-holding at the very beginning.
Okay, Ben has a follow-up thing here that says most of my need is for WordPress code type tasking. All right, there's a lot of options here. You may just need one-off jobs. You can a lot of times find one-off jobs for WordPress in places like Upwork. There's another great service called WP Curve, where they just handle a lot of the basic stuff like updating your plugins or adding a little code to do something quick on your website. There's another place called codersclan.com that we've used before. You can pay people like $25 just to do one quick task for you. Maybe you want your font changed on your BBPress forums, or maybe you want a title or a menu put up into the top of your website. They'll do that for you. And you can find a full-time VA. You can expect to pay somewhere between $300 and $400 a month for a full-time, WordPress person to work just for your site. I would suggest going to the marketplaces like Upwork.com, hire 2 or 3 people to do the same job and see how they all do and pick the best one. And be ready when you start hiring VAs, guys. It's just like hiring real people. Like, you're going to get a worker and you may fire them because they're not doing what you want them to do. And then you hire someone else. Owning a business never has home run answers. You just got to keep trying and trying and trying in everything you do. Hiring is the same way. We have went through multiple VAs, multiple employees, both American and overseas, to finally, until about a year later, we got the team in place that we wanted. So right now at the beginning, you might want to just get one-off jobs on those WordPress tasks. Upwork is a great place to do that. Also, too, those Coders Clan and even Fiverr, places like that, just to find quick jobs. Or you can go ahead and hire someone full-time. That'd be about $300 to $400 a month for a Filipino, or you can get someone part-time. I do want to warn everybody about part-time VAs, though. They are not going to be fully invested in your business. You're going to have some communication issues because they have other jobs and they're doing things for other people. So if you have to be patient, if you're going to hire a part-time VA, they're not always going to put you first. If you really want to go the route of hiring a full-time VA, that's what Jocelyn and I do with almost everything now, because we want total control of that person's time overseas. So we hire full-time VAs. But if you're just doing one-off stuff, just hire it out, buy the job, and then you can invest in that later. Okay.
All right.
Hold on. Let me give Ben's follow up here. Do I give them admin rights on my website? And it's pretty standard. Yes. You have no choice. This is a common thing people say, like, well, I want to hire a VA, but I don't want to give them access to everything. Well, you're going to have to roll the dice. Most of the time, the people are good if you vet them properly, do an interview just like you would anybody else. Can things go wrong? Well, sure they can, but there's always risk and reward when you're hiring a virtual assistant to let them in. I mean, all of our VAs have admin rights to everything, and they get in there, and so far, so good. Could something bad happen? Yes, of course it could, but it's a lot less likely than you think it is, and you're better off to take that chance and let people in to do stuff. Okay. All right, let's roll.
All right. Next, Karen says, have you finished the one thing yet? And what is the one best piece of advice that you've taken from the book? And she says she did love the book. And I did too, Karen. I thought this one was a really good one. And as I've been sitting here, I was kind of flipping through to pull out some of the pieces that I thought were particularly impactful. And I think that the most important thing for me is when it's in chapter 15, starts on page 156 if you have the hardcover book. And it's talking about productive action, just how doing things that are productive is better than just doing a bunch of to-do lists. It's all about like prioritizing and figuring out what the most important thing is as far as like the bottom line is concerned, and doing that thing. So I think for me, that was kind of the most important thing. It's not about just working all the time. It's about what you're doing.
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing about the book, the takeaway is like, and this is hard for me because I'm not this kind of person. It's not necessarily the one thing is saying don't do any of the other things. It's just saying get the one thing that's the most important done first. It's all about really priorities, like Jocelyn said. The one thing is what's going to make the biggest impact now. But when I do that, I go to the thing that's going to make the next biggest impact and the next biggest impact. It's just more like focus and priorities than it is trying to multitask and trying to do everything. We go through sequences of we always try to like do 3 or 4 things. We try to make customers happy. We try to find new customers, and Jocelyn tries to automate everything. But like, you can't do all 3 of those things at once. It's kind of like right now in the moment, what's the most important thing that I can get done? So that's kind of what I took from the book.
I feel like that some people are just naturally better at this for whatever reason. I don't really know why that is. To me, like, it's very simple to prioritize things, even in my mind. And I think that's why I'm a very productive person as far as like business goes. I can just prioritize. I know what needs to be done somehow, and I just get it done. And for me, I think that that's easier than it is for Shane. Not to say that he's not doing things.
I'm a mud on the wall person.
Yeah,
basically.
he gets distracted very easily.
Yeah, I like all of the things. I want all the things, like all of them. So like that's really helped me. Profit First and this book really go hand in hand in a lot of ways, because Profit First really is all about priorities. It's all about how to prioritize your money, how to prioritize what you're doing in your business. And that's why the chart from Profit First always comes to my mind when I think about even the One Thing book, because if I have a list that says, the number one thing I got to do is try to keep my customers that I already have happy. The next thing I have to do is try to find new customers. And then I want to create processes in everything that I do to try to, make things as smooth and automated as possible. That gives me kind of a framework each day to kind of look at what I need to do and help me prioritize it. So try to do that. If you're like me, you're just throwing mud on the wall and you're just coming up with the idea. I throw all the stuff on a piece of paper. Jocelyn looks at the paper and puts it in order the way it should go. So like, to have some kind of framework in place, and it's going to be a lot easier.
And if you are a person that this is difficult for, I mean, that's what our action plans forum is really for.
Yeah.
Just go in there and put, okay, here are all the things I think I need to do. I have no idea which one to do first. And like I said, I'm usually pretty good at that.
Yeah,
so I will come in and say, okay, based on what you told me, I think this is what you need to do first.
Yeah. The bottom line though, for all of your businesses, is, will this make me money? Now, there are tasks in your business you have to do that won't always make you money. But if you're doing something like, I want to get 100,000 followers on Facebook. Well, why are you doing that? Is it going to make you money? Like, I have, 100,000 views on this YouTube video of my cat dancing on a vacuum cleaner. Well, how's that going to sell your memberships? You know what I mean? Like, what are you sharing? What are you doing? What makes the biggest impact on building your business? And it'll help you kind of prioritize everything out.
All right. Cynthia says, where on your site can I find the video training on setting up a membership site?
Okay. The framework for setting up the membership is in a lesson called Adding Community Forums to Your WordPress website. So that's where you go to look up the actual like framework of what to do, what everything is. Okay. So like that shows you how to set up the systems. Everything else is basically just going to be embedding videos for training, which is covered in the WordPress course, and then talking to your members. So go there, set up the infrastructure to it, then go start a general forum post about your specific membership. Once you have your forum set up, once you have your community ready to go, once you do that, we will help guide you, because every membership is a little different. The basics are the same. You need a place where you can talk to your members and deliver content, and you need a way to protect the conversations and that content. Once you have that in place, you have a membership website. Now it's just a matter of strategically finding the right people to come in, selling that to them. And that's where we guide you through that process in the general forum individually for each person's membership, because the guy that's teaching the race cars is different than the girl that's teaching about, homeschooling. So like everything is going to be totally different, but they're all going to use a forum. They're all going to, use this simple system that we do to run their membership community.
All right. The second part of her question is, when will the Facebook ad training be available to view?
Jocelyn's
Okay.
all over this.
Yeah. I have been working on it. As I got into it, as I suspected, it was a lot more involved than what I was thinking it might be when I first started. So I have part of it ready to record, but I have not started recording it yet because I'm trying to finish up the first part to make sure that I have everything in place before I start recording. So I say all that to say I plan to have at least part of it finished by the end of this upcoming week.
And we'll probably roll some of that out early, wouldn't you think? We don't have to wait till it's completely
done.
Right?
I won't wait until it's finished.
Yeah.
I'll roll it out sort of in parts. But yeah, and we may do like some type of like Q&A.
Right.
I'm not trying to say that I'm a Facebook ads genius or anything like that, but I've been running a lot lately. I've gone through about 4 or 5 different courses. And what I'm doing, for those of you who may not be aware, I'm sort of pulling out the best parts from those courses, and I'm boiling it down into...
It's mostly strategy. We're not going to get into the mechanics.
Yeah, it's not going to be like nuts and bolts of how to set it up.
That stuff changes too much.
And you can find that on YouTube. You can find that, all kinds of different places. But mostly I'm doing basically it's the least you need to know about Facebook ads. Right. And so I think it's going to be really helpful for a lot of you guys. So,
and there's a forum post right now that's actually stuck to the top of the general forum where Jocelyn is actually taking feedback and getting questions from you to help her guide her content creation. So if there are specific things that you need to know about Facebook ads, you need to go comment on that forum post tonight before you go to bed to give Jocelyn some feedback on that, because we try to answer everything that you guys want to know. That way we can help you the best we can. So make sure you comment on that post tonight if you've got any specific things to help Jocelyn make that course, and we will definitely tailor that to you guys. Okay. All right, let's jump into let's see. Let's pause here for just a second. I want to mention that the September Mastermind is starting next week. We usually start it on a Monday, but next Monday is Labor Day, right, Jocelyn? Is it next week?
Yeah. Yes, I think
so. We're actually going to be starting next Tuesday. We have 5 spots left for the September Mastermind. I put a button right under the video in the box tonight in this forum post. So if anybody wants to grab one of those 5 spots, I've got some emails going out tomorrow to members only, of course. And if you want to jump in the Mastermind, we've already got some great people going to be in there. We've got some people that already have memberships going that are trying to take it to the next level. And we've got some people that are just starting out right at the beginning. And we're really going to tailor this individually to you. You'll be able to meet with us for 4 straight weeks in mastermind calls, working directly with me and Jocelyn and the group. So we do have 5 spots left for that if you want to jump in tonight. And also, we're really working hard on our podcast and our iTunes rankings. Jocelyn and I have actually cracked the top 50 in iTunes in the business podcasts, and we want to keep that momentum going. So if anyone on the call tonight has not left us an iTunes review, I'm going to stick the iTunes link to our podcast right in the chat box. And if you could please go leave us a review, just click that link while you're listening to the answers to these questions and leave us a review. Love you if you leave us a 5-star review. Thank you very much. And just anything that's helpful about the podcast.
Honest review.
An honest review would be great. The 5 stars. I'm just saying. But like, just leave a review while you're listening tonight. We would really appreciate that. Reviews and subscriptions make the biggest difference on iTunes. So for all of you guys who are podcasting out there, make sure you are asking for reviews on your show. They really do help with your rankings. And Jocelyn and I have one of the highest rated business podcasts on iTunes. So we want to keep that going. So we appreciate you guys for listening and help us keep taking it to the next level and helping our community grow.
I know a lot of you guys have been doing this because I've been reading your reviews, and I thank you very, very much.
Very much. Okay. All right. Let's knock out some more questions.
All right. Cynthia, I see your second question. Since we just did one from you, I'm going to skip over it for right now. If I have time, I will come back. And if we don't get to it, then you can ask it in the forums. Okay. Let me see. I had to reconnect because, let's see. That I was inactive. Okay. Oh, whoa, Kevin, I'm trying to get to yours, but it keeps popping down
so
past it. So, let's see.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and read this one from Don Jumper down in the forums while Jocelyn gets caught up in the chat room. Don said, I may miss the call tonight due to my family visiting, but I'm going to listen later. Curious, S&J, you have been posting all of your travel reviews like Legoland, at the hotel, etc. Why are you doing this? Can you tell us about this content strategy? Thank you. Okay. All right. So one, the big reason that we did this is because Isaac and Anna Joe asked to start their own online business because they see what mommy and daddy does and they watch YouTube channels and they really wanted their own YouTube channel. So we decided to bring that kind of into the fold with Flip Lifestyle because a big part of our brand is not just online business, but it's about living life in a different way and, spending time with your family, spending time with your kids, really balancing work life. We're like the anti-Gary V, basically. We're like the opposite of that. I don't want 17 hours of the office. I want 17 hours with Jocelyn and the kids. That's what I want. So we try to balance life and all that out. So we decided that we are traveling a lot anyway. So we picked up a GoPro. We got our phones out and we are just filming more. And Johan, who some of you have seen in the forums lately, our editor, is now editing these videos for us to play on our YouTube channel. So one will show our lifestyle to people out there. 2, it kind of helps us build our brand. 3, it introduces people to our kids, and they are going to be doing one of our kids just walked into the room, I think. Jocelyn's waving at her, Anna Joe. So come here, baby. You can sit with us. Okay. So then it kind of lets us open up to them to do their videos. Anna Joe wants to do some opening box videos, and Isaac wants to go into video game stuff and things like that, just to get them online. And a financial reason that we are doing it is because we already have a successful blog and because we do show a profit on our taxes, then we can actually write off these trips because we're doing these reviews. It becomes a business expense. So basically anything we do now, we can totally make it business and we can incorporate it into our brand. Okay. So that is why we are doing that. And I see Allison said, we just booked a trip to Colorado for September because of all of your Rocky Mountain photos. That's awesome. But and we will have a Rocky Mountain. Beautiful. We will have a Rocky Mountain review coming very soon. We actually GoPro'd our entire hour-and-a-half long trip through the Rocky Mountain National Park, and we're going to put that in time lapse and do some cool things with it. So we will be showing that soon as well. But that is why we are now doing the YouTube channel to build our brand, show more of the lifestyle of Canvas Moments. It does have financial benefits because we can write that off. and to get our kids involved in the online business. Okay, awesome.
All right, I finally found Kevin. Kevin says, my core offers a membership to my guitar site. In my autoresponder, if I follow the templates from your training, do I just skip emails 4 and 5, the introductory offer, because I don't really have an introductory offer?
Your introductory offer, you do have an introductory offer. Your membership, you can either say like, hey, here's an introductory offer for my membership. Maybe you let people in for, a little bit, maybe you do a little discount, or maybe, give them a coupon code where if they type it in, they can get in for a little bit cheaper. Nobody said the introductory offer had to be a lower price. You could save the monthly offer and maybe offer a 50% discount on your annual pricing. There's no reason. The basic point of the introductory offer is to ask for money, because if you ask for money and people give you money, you have identified customers, and we don't want to wait 10 emails in to ask for money. So I don't think, it's not that you don't have an introductory offer. It's just you're not thinking outside the box enough to think how you can incorporate that. I know some people that like, hey, try my membership for 1 week for $1. I got a buddy that does that, and he has great success. That's his introductory offer. And then, a week later, it charges the whole month for the next month.
And just remember, these are templates. I mean, you don't have to follow them exactly.
Yeah, you can move stuff
So if
around.
you want to leave an email out, that's totally fine. For elementary librarian, I do a pitch on email number 6, I think. And, I don't have an introductory offer either. But you might even consider coming up with an introductory offer. Maybe you could sell one video, just a one-off type thing, just to see if people will take it.
Yep. If you get someone like $9.99, learn how to play let's say Amazing Grace is a simple song and playing a guitar. Hey guys, I've got this great video. It's $9.99. Maybe it's maybe you can put it on Udemy and just send them there and charge $9 for it. I don't know. But when they click that link and you figure out who it is, once you get people to give you money, they'll probably join your membership. So it's just a way to break the ice. So be creative with your introductory offers. Understand the goal of that is to get someone to spend some kind of money, because that identifies paying customers, which are hotter leads for your membership. And you'll be able to do that. If you do leave those out, your pitch needs to happen in email 4. You don't want to wait 2 weeks later to make your pitch. So if you are going to leave those out, I got no problem with that. It's your business. Those are templates to get you started. Whatever's working for you is going to work, but do ask for the sale a little bit sooner if you're going to leave them out. Okay.
Do you want to say hi?
Say hi, Anna Joe. Anna Joe is not cooperating.
For the first time ever, she's speechless.
All right, let's go. Anna Joe's sitting here with us.
She's sitting in my lap. Okay, let's see. Next, I have Janelle. Janelle says, what do you suggest you have done before you start?
What do you suggest to have done, maybe?
Yeah, what do you suggest to do before you start concentrating on content creation? I think that's what she means.
We always say product first. So that doesn't mean the entire product. That means something for sale. So before we started, like, take Jocelyn's elementary librarian site, well, she had 1 month of lessons done. And then she focused on some content creation and marketing and stuff like that. Right. Exactly. So she had part of a product done. If you're starting a membership site, then you need to have the membership infrastructure done. And then you need to have at least a little bit of the seed of the content in there to draw people in. And then you can focus on the content creation on your free blog. But if you're going to write content, it better lead to somewhere.
You need to, at the very least, have an opt-in bonus that someone opts in for.
Yeah. So imagine this. If you're going to have a sidewalk and it just ends at the edge of a cliff and you're going to fall off into the ocean, why'd you build a sidewalk? That makes absolutely no sense. And what we believe, that's what people do online. They just sit and endlessly create blog posts, or they endlessly create podcasts, and they're just building this sidewalk that leads to nowhere. Whereas if you said in the back of your mind, this is the thing I have ready for sale right now, all of the roads and all of the sidewalks then lead to that thing, that place where people can give you money. So that's the mentality we have for online business, and that's what we teach. Because if you don't have anything for sale, you've got a hobby. You're just building an endless sidewalk to nothing. Build roads to something so that people have somewhere to go, and you'll be a lot more successful in the long run. Okay. All right.
All right. Rachel says, my question is, how do I grow my Facebook group without sending out a bunch of private messages? Also, before I start my own membership site, I want to do a course on Udemy teaching how I've lost over or 100 pounds and kept it off for 10 years.
Okay. So number one, do your course on Udemy. There's your product. Why grow an audience if you don't have anything to sell? The Facebook group, I would say, why would you not send it to people who would want to be in it? Why would you not PM people? Joanne, who's on the front page of the success stories right now, got over 1,000 people in a week into her membership group. And she did it by starting with a few people she private messaged and asked them to private message other people that they know that would like to join the group. If you got to be seen to sell, and you have to ask if you want to get anything. So I would definitely say start your Facebook group by sending 20 messages to people you know who would be interested, and literally ask them, hey, could you invite 5 people to this group who might be interested? And here's the copy. Hey, join my group, and ask 5 people to join the group. Tell people what you want and you'll get it. It's just like a minute ago, I want more iTunes reviews. So Jocelyn and I asked you guys to leave us an iTunes review. Like, you're not going to get anything unless you ask for it. So I don't think that you have to worry about that. Do you blast it all over your Facebook page? No, but you can send private messages. Also, too, keywords rule the internet. When you create a Facebook group, be clear, not clever. If I wanted to start a Facebook group for football coaches tomorrow, I would title it Football Coaches. I would not be like, the best ballers in the world, or FBCs, football coaches. I wouldn't say anything clever. I'd be like, this is a group for football coaches. Join to learn more about football. So be very clear, like on your group, like, I lost 50 pounds and you can too group or something. And make sure you're telling people what it is, and people will find it. So think about keywords like weight loss. Whatever people are searching for on Google is what they're searching for on Facebook. So that's ways to grow a Facebook group fast.
All right, Mike says, I'm stuck on Avatar and the market is really huge. I wanted to niche down. I can build websites. I'm very good at working back in website stuff. But
Who
I'm
is this?
stuck. This is Mike. He says, I'm stuck building something for myself. What is next? Focus on niche, create product, then blog or website, build lists, then membership. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, no, I need to. Mike who? Who is this?
Mike.
Which Mike?
Darling. I'm having trouble seeing because I'm trying to hold Anna and I'm sitting like way back from the computer. So
let me pull. Mike Darling. Okay, stuck here. I see what you're saying. All right, guys, hold on. Let me read this question. All right, Mike, if you're stuck on your avatar, we got to get your avatar. I think what I'm hearing, the confusion is, you said it's too broad. Is that what he said at the beginning of that? It's like big and wide or something like that?
Very large market.
Yeah, if you're here's what we need to do. We need to niche down within that market. So if you've already, I want you to tell me what you think the avatar is in a general forum post, and we will break down the avatar for you when I get on the forums later.
It's not going to do you any good to make an opt-in bonus to make a product if you don't even know who you're trying to sell to.
We've got to figure that out first. So, you know what I'm saying? Beep, 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 beep. Here we go. Back up. And then go into the general forum right now and say, here is what I think my avatar is. Make that your title. And then tell us the market. Tell us what you think the avatar is. Tell me why you think it's too broad. I need to know that as well. And then I'll help you break it down. But we'll be able to find a niche within that niche, I'm sure, once I take a look at the keywords and stuff on Google. Okay. All right, here we go.
All right, Mariana, hello. I had so many great ideas coming out of the July mastermind that it's been almost hard for me to figure out my next steps. I did take action. I ran ads to my webinar for a month and I had some sales from there, but I'm almost paralyzed because I'm overwhelmed and I'm not sure what to do next.
All right. So you ran ads to the webinar. I think what we need to do, Mariana, probably is analyze the data from those ads. We need to look at the whenever you're running ads. Here's what you do about every month or after you run an ad sequence. You step back for a day or so and you look at the data. How much did I spend to get a click? How much did I spend to get an email sign up for my webinar? How many conversions did I make? If I spent $100 and sold 10 memberships at, $50, well, then I spent $100 to make $500. And if those people were new, that's another $500. So we need to look at how that money played out. And we need to see like where the weaknesses were. Like maybe click-throughs were crazy and maybe it was really low opt-in rate on the sales page. Well, we need to improve your opt-in rate. So the next time you do the ad, when you get the same amount of clicks, you'll get more emails. We need to improve that part. Maybe the website clicks were good, the emails were good, but the webinar didn't convert very good. Well, maybe we need to look at your pitch. So that's the next step, Mariana, is to analyze what happened over the last month. It's awesome that you got sales. You got people to click your ad. You got people to give you emails. And some of those people that came to your webinar made some sales. They actually bought what you were selling. So now we need to improve that. And we need to try to tweak those percentages a little bit, where the next time you do it, you spend the same amount of money, but you make more money back. Maybe you get 2 more members. So you increase 10% or 5% or whatever. And that you're now in the forever process of improving your sales sequence to get more people to churn through the machine and out into your membership. So start a general forum post going over those data points that I just said. What was the reach? How much did you spend? How much did you make? What were your click-throughs? What were your email opt-in rates? And how many people actually watched the webinar? And then how many people actually bought through that sequence? And then we'll try to improve that process, and then we'll do it again and see if we can make it better. Okay.
All right. Joanne says, I put out a lead magnet yesterday and it has 60 opt-ins or more at this point.
Wow.
And it says half confirmed subscription and maybe half haven't. What do I do about this? I think some of them just didn't know they need to. Are they on my list or not if they haven't been confirmed?
All right. The number one thing you have to do is fix your thank you page so that it says, go check your email right now. Go check it. And
you can even make a video. I did this on Elementary Librarian.
Yes.
I made a screen capture video. I showed them how to move it to their inbox if they use Gmail.
Right.
I showed them
Check
how to
the spam
whitelist
folder
it if they don't. That's really important.
So after you do that, once you got your thank you page done, don't worry about it. Like I don't think in 4 years I have ever went back and looked at the people that did not double opt in or did not follow through or did not click through, because those people may have gotten lost, but you got to handle that on the thank you page. And legally, you're really not allowed to contact them again after that. Right? Isn't that right? If they don't double opt in, you're not supposed to.
Well, you're not allowed
them.
to contact them from your list. But if you have a small list, I personally don't have a problem with emailing them from your personal email and just being like, hey, I see that you visited my website yesterday. It looks like you tried to opt in, but you forgot to confirm. So I just wanted to see if you wanted to confirm.
So right now that's fine, but it's not going to scale. You cannot.
I'm not sure about the legality of that. Just,
be careful.
Yeah.
But
I think it's probably fine.
Why don't you always worry about the 30 people that did opt in and did double opt in and did download it? And don't worry about the people that don't. They may have just put in their spam email. They may have just not cared. They maybe were just so flighty, they signed up for it and then forgot about it. They're not going to probably buy anyway. Okay. Or you can give them chances to opt in later, because I'm sure this is coming through your Facebook group. So I would not worry about that. Worry about getting your marketing right for the people that do opt in. And look, some people are going to sign up for your email list, guys, and they're not going to opt in. They're never going to check it. They're not going to care. Those people are also the same people that never would buy from you. But the 30 people that did double opt in and did confirm, those people are much warmer leads, and you need to focus on what's happening with them than you do the people that aren't even coming through. You can improve those rates as you go along, but you just got 30 people that actually double confirmed. Talk to them, get them ready, and let's get them something sold. Okay.
All right. Irene says, since I'm still teaching at a university, my main concern is conflict of interest. I'm afraid that the university or college will claim right to my videos and content.
Who's this? Who is this?
Her name's Irene, while currently employed as an instructor. Well, Irene, this is the way that I looked at it. It is a very gray area. The way that I see it is, if you are doing these videos and content on the university's time, then they could claim that they own it. If you are creating this stuff on your own time, then I don't think they have any claim to it.
Right.
This is how I always viewed it when I worked for the school. As long as I was working on it on my own time, there was really nothing that they could do about it. It's just like if I had a business selling crafts on Etsy in my spare time, the school can't get money from it.
Yeah. Okay? I think there's two things here that we have heard a lot from people we've talked to who are in this industry. Like, number one, there's a little bit of a difference because you're at a university. So you might want to check your contract. Okay. You might want to, and you might even want to ask a lawyer, to be honest, because we're not legal professionals here. Number two, if you're going to create this content, I would definitely do it on your own time, just like Jocelyn said, but I would make it different from what you're using in class. I would make the stuff I was going to make for class in one pile, and it may be the same information, but I would manipulate it in some way, change it in some way to where you can fully say, I made this on my own time. This is not what I'm using in class. This is my material. Just like if I was going to write a book and publish it, then I would do that. You don't have to, but if you want to be totally safe, that's what I've read and talked to people about that they've done to keep it safe.
I would recommend keeping a lot of documentation that shows the hours that you're working on the content, what specifically you're working on, like the day and time that you're working on it. I always did this when I worked for school just because I didn't want any possibility of somebody saying, well, you worked on this during school time. And at least I had something to go back and show them and say, no, I did not.
Yeah.
So I was also very careful I didn't even go to my website from school because all of that stuff is tracked. So just make sure that you're really not doing anything to cause yourself problems down the road.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's, like I said, if you really want to make sure for sure, read your contract, check with a legal professional, or just keep it totally separate and you should be okay. Now, we know hundreds of people that have done this, and I've never heard of a problem. But there's a couple isolated cases where school districts have sued someone for content. It doesn't happen every day, but you're just going to have to balance that out and kind of research it on your own.
Usually, if they have a problem with it, you'll probably hear about it like during a meeting or something.
Yeah.
We've heard of some school districts telling their teachers they can't sell on teachers pay teachers. I don't really know how they can stop them from doing
They
that.
can't.
But
There's
anyway,
been no
so probably you would have heard about it if it's going to be a huge issue.
Okay.
Let's see. This is from, I'm not sure if you say this Lee or Leah. So sorry. I'm not sure how to say your name. With Facebook ads, what is the best to point ads to? Directly to a lead magnet or to a blog post with a lead magnet highlighted?
It depends.
So a well-rounded ad strategy is going to go to everything. So you're going to have, you're going to target what's called a cold audience. That means people who have never heard of you before. You're going to target a warm audience. Those are people who have maybe landed on your website, but maybe they didn't opt in. They're definitely not customers. And then you're going to have what's called a hot audience. And these are people who are very familiar with your content. Maybe they've been to your website many times. Maybe they've even been on your checkout page, but did not finish the checkout process. So those are your three different kinds of audiences. And I'm just going to run through this in like 2 minutes, but I'm going to do a whole ads module that's going to talk a lot more about this. Okay. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to run to these three audiences. Your cold audience, it's going to be about 60% of your ad spend. So you're going to run that audience or that content. You're going to run them to a blog post or something of interest to them. And the purpose of this, you're going to go for website clicks.
Yep.
And the reason you're doing that is to take them to your website so that the Facebook pixel will see them and you can then show them other ads to get them to opt in or possibly later to purchase.
The people that click there are now warm customers who are going to see a different kind of ad. That's more for an opt-in, right?
Yeah, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to have those three different audiences. And so you're going to have at a minimum 3 ads. Now, is it okay? I think what you're asking is it okay to ask them to opt in when they get to your page? Yes.
Yeah.
That there's nothing wrong with that at all. But if they don't, then you're going to show them an ad that says, hey, I have something cool for you to opt in for. So, like I said, I'm going to be going over this in a lot more in depth in the Facebook ads training. I think it's going to be really helpful for a lot of you.
This is what I did on Flip Lifestyle recently. Like, here's what we would do. Like, if we were doing it for our brand, we would show cold traffic to people we know listen to podcasts. We would send them to our podcast, but we would optimize that page to get an opt-in. Free content. They're going to go straight to that page. Our only goal is to get them to click through. They get pixeled on our site. Those are now warm people who have at least heard of our brand. So we will then show them an opt-in. Those people might get an ad for the opt-in. It could be a webinar. It could be free training. It could be anything, but it's definitely going to be to something like, hey, come here and get this cool free guide or whatever. People that click on that and opt in on our email list have really raised their hand that they're wanting more of our stuff. So those people might get an ad to some content or maybe even a sales page because they're the hot people. So that's the layers that you're going to do that to. And it just depends like we at our stage are going to run ads for all those things. Some of you may need to just run the ads and start building that pixel right now and just building your audience. And then you can show them some warm ads 30 days from now once you've built up a big thing like that for an opt-in.
Yeah, and I just want to say that if you're on here and you've not installed the Facebook pixel on your website, you need to do it immediately. Even if you're not planning on running ads for a while, even if you don't even have a product right now, go ahead and install that pixel. If you can search for install Facebook pixel on your website, Facebook has a lot of really great tutorials on that. I'm not going to be going over that in the training because that stuff changes constantly.
Way too fast.
And I don't want to constantly update the training. So this is going to be more like strategy. But go ahead and get that Facebook pixel on there immediately because it will keep data for 180 days. So it will show you, or it will collect every person who goes to your website over a 180-day period. So just make sure that you have that done if you don't already, because that's going to be one of the first things I tell you in the Facebook training.
And if you are, and everybody here, there is a training coming. Probably in a week or two, it'll start rolling out. So it's gonna be awesome.
All right.
All right. More questions? Making some great time today. We're getting a lot of questions in.
All right. I am just coming down through here. All right. Kevin says, if I'm understanding this correctly in the autoresponder video, Shane says that you need to do a thank you page after one subscribes that explicitly says to go check your mail folder spam too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's in the training for sure.
At the very least, you need to have like a checklist, as you know, like a bulleted list of procedures to do. And what would be even better is if you do a screen capture video showing them this is how you whitelist an email. This is how you move it from the promotions to the inbox, because you would be surprised at how many people do not understand that.
Jocelyn's, if you want to really see what's that, yours does that, right?
Yeah, let me just stick it in the chat.
Yeah, Jocelyn's going to put a link to elementarylibrarian.com. That is the most robust system that we have, probably, that's completely fleshed out. And like Jocelyn's thank you page actually has a video that tells you what to do. So
yeah, and you know, I'm not saying like this is the gold standard or whatever, but like this is just what I do, and it seems to work pretty well.
It's really good. So go sign up for her opt-in, Kevin, and you'll see exactly what
I'll just stick it in the chat, because I mean, there's really no reason for you guys to opt in if you're not interested in library products. So
oh, you mean you're going to put the link?
Yeah, I'll just put the link to the thank you page.
Okay.
Because I don't think most of you want to get library lesson plans.
Leah said, whoa, uber informative. I love it when people use the word uber.
Yeah, this training's going to be really good for you guys. It's just sort of a culmination of all of the things that I've learned over the past several months. So I think that it's going to be really good for a lot of you.
It's the ultimate debrief of Jocelyn's Facebook madness. We should call it that, Facebook madness.
Well, I think as teachers though, like people have said this before, I think that we just have an ability to like take a lot of stuff and make it easier to understand. I feel like a lot of the things that I've learned, I mean, they're not really like hard to understand, but it just takes a long time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you got to simplify this stuff. A lot of the courses out there are just way too complicated.
Okay, I'm trying to get my kid to lay down while at the same time trying to find this thank you page. So let's
I'll jump on to the next question. I'll go ahead and read Rebecca's down here while you find the thank you page. All right, so Rebecca Decker, I'm going to read your question from the actual post down below. Hi, S&J. I'm teaching one college course this fall, and I know I've talked to you about this before, but I'd like to take my video lectures and turn them into an online textbook that college professors can assign their students to buy. Okay, so we're usually selling to professionals on Rebecca's website, but this would be a new product that we're going to sell for students. Okay, so she wants to launch this by next semester. She has a membership site set up for her professional members, but she wants to know, should she set up another subdomain or put this somewhere else, like not to mix the two groups together. I think, Rebecca, that you should do that. I think that you should totally, usually the rule of thumb that we go by is this a different avatar? Even if it's the same content or similar content or related content, probably better off splitting different avatars into different places. Okay. If it's something where it's the same avatar, then that's what the forums are for. We would create a new forum for that, or we would create a new training course for that in our current membership if it's the same avatar. But this is a totally different avatar. It has a totally different purpose. And I think it would make everything much cleaner for you if you would just put everything into a new subdomain. If some of that content would be good for your other people, just make a duplicate copy in the other membership. If it would be good for them too. But I think that you should totally just set up that college.evidencebasedbirthacademy.com for college students. Keep everything separate. Keep it fresh. Nice, easy, streamlined sales funnel from the college professor to the webpage to the kids signing up, and they've got the course and however else you deliver that. But I think that's going to make your life a lot easier in the long run. And it's not going to be too hard to manage that because it's just a clean WordPress install, everything else. I would set it up all the same way, same plugin, same everything. We have 3 memberships that we use BBPress for, and we all have them on different domains. So I think that's definitely the way you want to do that. Okay. So word to the wise out there too. I know we tell a lot of people focus on one thing, but Rebecca is a little bit farther ahead than some people are. She's got quite a few members, and she's starting to branch a little bit. And she's at the point where she can handle these other domains and things like that based on what she's doing. So we do not always recommend that everyone start 2 memberships for 2 different avatars. But I think her business has grown to that point where she's ready to start adding revenue streams. And this would be a good time for her to do that. Okay.
All right, Cheryl, I just joined her membership this week.
That's right. We actually, you go find another online business expert that joins their memberships. That's what we do. if we need help with something, I might just go learn guitar tonight and see if I can join Kevin's. Yep.
All right, Cheryl says, as you know, I just launched a membership site for entrepreneurs. It's designed to help them figure out how to get attention from the media.
And it's amazing, by the way, if anybody in here needs to do that.
My question is, what type of content would you suggest I create to get the word out? Thank you.
So we're trying to I think that you have anything entrepreneurial is very easy to target, Cheryl, because it's easy to find places and people on Facebook that are entrepreneurial. You can target people that like Entrepreneur Magazine. You can target people that like entrepreneurship, or you can even target people that like podcasts. Like, go target people that like Smart Passive Income Podcasts. Go target people that like Michael Hyatt or Amy Porterfield or whoever, So I think that simple Facebook ads, like targeted really at a specific avatar, like people who want press coverage. So we might need to dig into the, terms a little bit. Like you might want to avoid some of the beginner stuff and look for people who are more established. And you got to think about what kind of people actually want the press, because I don't think that like every entrepreneurial endeavor wants press coverage. Like we have a member that just joined who has a restaurant and stuff. Like I'm not sure if that totally a restaurant type niche would necessarily want that kind of press coverage. They might, I don't know, but we need to look at that a little bit. But like just go after entrepreneurs, start driving traffic to entrepreneurial type people to your site, and the ones who want press will filter. But yours is the classic membership for Facebook.
But I don't think that really answers her question.
She wants to get the word out about it.
No, she wants to know what type of content do you suggest to create. I think
like what are we going to drive these ads to?
Yeah,
basically.
I think that really you need to do some keyword research on this. We have some keyword research videos in the training forums. So I would do that for sure. I would ask your existing members, because you have some already now.
That's right.
Ask them, what do they want to know? What do they want to learn? And get some really good types of content that people would click on from Facebook.
I think here's what I got an idea for you, Cheryl. Like what I would do. Number one, like I know that people, like we have, an as featured on page where we have like Forbes magazine, Huffington Post, Business Insider, and all that stuff. But like people who want that are going to ask, like, how do I get that big press? How do I get on Fox? How do I get on NBC? How do I get in Forbes? How do I get in Business Insider? Well, and I know that there's a lot of steps in between, like getting featured locally, getting featured on small stuff, and working your way up the steps. But that doesn't mean your ads can't say, hey, check out my latest blog post, how to get into Huffington Post, or how to get an Associated Press article. But then you guide them back at the end to, if you want to get, everybody wants to get in Forbes, but there's a process to it. Here are the 5 steps to do that. Start with your local paper. Then go to your regional
media
outlet.
Maybe your opt-in bonus is some text that you can use to email or mail them. You know what I mean?
So that's what it's kind of clickbaity a little bit because you're saying, but it's the truth. Your ad would be something like to entrepreneurs saying how to get featured in Forbes and Huffington Post and Business Insider or whatever. But then when they get there, you're like, hey, this is how you do it. This is how everybody does it. Even feature someone, I don't know, you can even talk about us or something that says, let's take example, Shane and Jocelyn Sams. They started out and 2 years later, they finally became an overnight success. They got featured in all these things, but we did a lot of small stuff first. Like have an example in there and then guide them to the point where they're like, let's get you started. And that's how the kind of content I would create to get people involved. But you're going to have to, you're not going to be able to put a headline out there that says, how to get featured in your newspaper. Like no one's going to click on that, but they would click on something that says how to get featured in major media for your entrepreneurial online business. And then you actually tell them how that actually works. Okay.
And we'll talk about this more next week. We have a podcast with you on Tuesday.
That's right. Cheryl's coming on the show. Hey, there's Talent.
All right. Let's get to Renee's question. Renee says, my avatar is a busy time pressed mom who wants to lose weight. My product will be a membership site with home fitness videos and easy meal plans. Should I niche it down farther to be stay-at-home moms or postnatal moms?
I don't think so. Not right now. What you're probably going to find is if it's just moms, that's probably a good enough niche to where you're going to find people. But then you're going to, if once you get a few people into the Facebook group, a few people into your paid community, you'll start seeing a trend of who shows up. And then maybe you can niche down. But I think right now, you want to just go out. You could definitely test this by running 2 or 3 ads that say, are you a stay-at-home mom who wants to lose weight? Or are you a working mother who wants to lose weight? And like kind of see who clicks on it the most. So I think there's ways to test that. But I don't think you don't want to niche down too far at first,
Yeah, I think that this is just one of those kind of things that people are going to start being drawn to you, and you'll probably start noticing that trend.
Who it is.
And
exactly.
then you can sort of target advertising or target content toward that particular person. But for now, just write, be who you are, and see who's attracted to you.
You could also start 2 Facebook groups. You could start Facebook's a great way to test things. Like start a Facebook group really clearly that says stay-at-home moms that want to lose weight. That's the name of the group. And then start another one that says working moms who want to lose weight, and like see which one grows the fastest. The content's going to be the same, and whoever you're talking to. And then, if one of them has 1,000 members after a month and one of them has 50, well, there you go. You know who to target. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Just scrolling down through here. Elizabeth says, I'm starting a rhythm of doing live webinars every other week. There is a special membership offer in a webinar freebie as part of the live webinar. I'm assuming I share the rebroadcast for a limited time. How long? Do you just make the Hangout recording private after so many hours of rebroadcast?
We don't. We just leave them open. Some people disagree with us on that. I know some people that are like so big on scarcity that they turn theirs off in 24 hours. But I don't think I've ever turned any of our replays off, because what if they don't check their email for a week? What if what if someone gets 100 emails a week and they don't get to me for 2 weeks and they find the replay and then they can't buy from me? That's like saying no to money to me. So
yeah, I think that there's no really right or wrong answer to this. If you want to leave it open, leave it open. If it's important to you to close it down, then yeah, you can certainly make it private, just like you said.
If you're doing the same webinar over and over, you could probably shut it down for some scarcity purposes, but I don't think there's a right or wrong answer there. It's just kind of a flip of the coin. We personally don't turn them off. So, all right.
Okay. Stephanie says, when do you recommend selling courses on Udemy versus your own website?
At all times. I'm actually working on a strategy for third-party marketplaces. I don't know if it will become a course or it will just become a part of what I talk about in the forums, but I am seeing a trend in some of our members who are using third-party markets like Udemy, like Teachers Pay Teachers, as a way to introduce their content and to make some quick money, to get some capital. Chris Greenwood, I don't know if Chris is in here tonight. I haven't seen him, but Chris Greenwood, who is a Flip Your Life member, has been doing amazing things on Udemy, and me and him have been talking about it. And I'm definitely seeing a correlation between letting some of your content out there on these mini courses like Udemy and places like that, and then driving traffic from them to back to your site to get them into your membership. I think there's a definite correlation there. So I would go ahead and put anything you got out there. I actually am getting ready to release a couple of our videos on Udemy to start testing this. But I don't think there's anything wrong with getting in places where people can find you, buy your stuff, and then learn you have other stuff. I think that it can't do anything but help you grow your brand. So try it out. Now, I want to draw a line there, though. I do not think you should sell individual videos of your stuff on your site parallel to your own membership, because when they're side by side, it can cannibalize members. And we want members who are going to pay every month. But third-party marketplaces get discovered. Make sure at the end of your videos, you're telling people to go to your website. And
I wouldn't offer everything that you have on Udemy or whatever you're using. I mean, definitely leave some of it in your own membership where people have to be members to get some of the content.
Like, think of it as the start of a sales funnel that people pay you for. That's how you think of Udemy.
Or sort of like an introductory offer.
Yeah, it's like an introductory offer. Exactly. And in fact, Kevin, if you're still here, which I think you are, there's nothing wrong in your emails. Send people to Udemy for your introductory offer. You don't even have to host that on your site. You could just have a link and they click it and they go buy it off Udemy, and you've got the tag that shows they clicked that link. So anyone who's clicked the link and has given you money to Udemy, all of a sudden you get to market to them to get into your membership. So another quick way to get up those introductory offers. Okay.
All right. Let's see. Yolanda is here and she says, do you guys add your Facebook pixel to your lead pages, sales pages? Yes, you can do this. The pixel is really great. You pretty much need it on, I mean,
everywhere
you do
possible.
have it on every page when you put it on your site, but then there's specific conversion pixels that you can use also on different sites and different platforms like lead pages, like every webinar, different things that you will use. And I will go through some of this in the training as well. Again, I'm not going to be showing you how to place the pixels, but we will talk about why we have them and the best ways to use them.
Just type in install Facebook pixel and Facebook has the first Google search and you'll learn how to put the Facebook pixel in. Yeah.
All right, let's see.
All right, we're rolling down here, trying to scroll up to some questions.
All right, Monty says, I'm writing a homeschool physics curriculum, all written text, about 5 chapters so far. I'm working on an autoresponder email. I need ideas for unexpected bonus and the wow bonus.
So say that again. Read that again.
All right, he's working on a homeschool physics curriculum. He's working on an autoresponder. He needs ideas for unexpected bonus and the wow bonus.
I gotcha.
So the way that I do mine on Elementary Librarian is when they first join, I just send them a little welcome message. Then in their next email, I give them a little, basically like links to my best content. So I call it a resource guide. So it just has links to all the most popular content or things that I just particularly want to highlight. And then beyond that, I start sending them little things that would be in the membership. So I'll send them some samples. So an unexpected bonus might be like a lesson plan, might be, a week's worth of lesson plans, something that would make them say, oh, this is really great. How can I get more of this type of information? That's what kind of things you want to use as your unexpected bonus.
All right, I got the next question. It's Veronica, and she says, how did you get your video testimonials? Did you just ask? Did you offer something in return? Thanks so much, Veronica.
Veronica. Yes, I always, well, I did not pay somebody to create them, but
we did incentivize them.
Yep. I always incentivize. If I want someone to do something really badly, I always incentivize. And so in order to get video testimonials, what I did at the time, I was still selling one-off lesson plans. So basically I told people that I was going to host a drawing for people to get free lesson plans for the next year. So I think I had like 12 or 13 people do this, and I was going to give away 10 sets of lesson plans. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give one to everybody because I just had a hard time leaving 2 or 3 people out. So I gave a year's worth of lesson plans, over $400 worth of value, to 13 people.
Yeah. And once you start delivering results for people, it becomes a lot easier to get testimonials. Like, almost anyone we ask for a testimonial gives us one, like without having to incentivize it, because we just have so many success stories and things like that. So the numbers game will catch up to you eventually, but it all boils down to what I said earlier. if you don't ask, you don't get. Like, if you want people to join your Facebook group, go ask 10 people to join your Facebook group. And if you want
Social proof
testimonials,
is
yeah,
invaluable. I mean, I cannot even put a price tag on it.
no,
Yes, I gave away 400 times 13, whatever that is, because I can't do math. But yes, I gave away a lot of value, but it was totally worth it to me. I mean, just because people watch those, I know that it makes a big difference when people go to purchase. So yes, get those video testimonials any way that you can.
yeah, proof is everything. Proof is everything. So if you only need 2 or 3 starting out to make a really good sales page.
You will need to give them a guideline. Don't tell them what to say. Don't script it, but just
look, hold on. Kareem just sold her first membership on the
Woohoo,
call.
Kareem!
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time that's ever happened, that someone in a member call actually just sold their first membership. Hold on. I'm going to take a screenshot. That is amazing. That is great. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Everybody, Kareem, which is SRA Morata. Senora. That's what that means, I guess. Just sold her first membership while we're actually live on this call. That blows my mind. That is amazing. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying now because that was really exciting.
That is awesome, man. Oh my gosh. So okay, sorry, totally off my base.
I know what I was saying. I was talking about I was talking about not scripting what they say on the video testimonial, but do give them some guidelines. Just say, I want you to talk about the things that you like the best, why you decided to purchase, how it helped you, like what were the benefits for you. Just tell them basically what you want them to say, because if you leave it to them, they'll make it really crazy. So
I just got to throw in here before we get to the next question. Boom shakalaka. I always type that in the forums when everybody on the success stories. So I had to say it on the air.
He may not go to sleep until
I may not go to
4
sleep.
o'clock
I
this
am
morning.
so pumped up now about that. That was like I just drank like a double espresso shot of coffee. That is amazing. Okay. All right. Let's get back on the questions here.
Okay, let's see.
Who asked that last question? Was that Kareem? No, it was Veronica.
All right, Salima, what exactly am I offering moms who want to lose weight on my Facebook groups at this point? I'm not sure what my role is as the admin.
Your goal as the admin of a free group is to lead discussion. So you can use a tool like Meet Edgar to schedule 7 posts that happen every week. So every Sunday is like, meal plan Sunday. Post your meal plan for this week, or post your workout schedule. Monday is, I don't know, what's something weight related that would be Monday, like miles Monday, like everybody's going to run a 1 mile or something. I don't know. You just come up with theme days. The next thing you do.
Don't let Shane come up with your themes.
Yeah, don't let me come up with your themes. Your niche.
That was pretty terrible.
That was too terrible. Miles Monday, baby. We're going to run some miles. But what you need to do in your group is just facilitate discussion. You want to talk to people. You just want to ask questions. You don't want to answer a lot of questions, because remember, we protect access in our paid communities. That's where people get to talk to us. But you can say things every day like, hey, how did your eating plan go today? Or what are you struggling with in your meal plans? Or what are you struggling with? What's blocking you from working out? And just facilitate those discussions and keep people chiming in. Joanne Westbrook's doing a great job with this in her new group. She's constantly in there. She's doing some Facebook Lives. What you always want to do is talk, get people moving. And then eventually you start positioning yourself as an expert. Chime in on a few things. So when your free thing opens up, you're seen as the expert. Challenges are a good thing you can do in your Facebook.
You might want to do a free challenge to get people excited. I'm in several Facebook groups and about a variety of different things. I'm probably in like 1,000 Facebook groups. Seriously, most of them are clothing related. But anyway,
all the Facebook groups.
Yeah, I have what I like to call a healthy enthusiasm for children's clothing. Shane calls it an obsession. But anyway, so people do a really good job with this. They get people excited about joining challenges. It's a great way to get people to opt in and then tell them about other paid offers that you have in the future. So I would definitely recommend that. All right. Let's see. We got to go here in a few minutes because our kid is still awake and she has kindergarten and in the morning.
And it's 10 o'clock.
So John says, what is your biggest aha moment over the last 30 days? Just wondering if you've come across anything interesting lately. For me, John, it's definitely this Facebook ad stuff. I feel like I finally understand everything, like where all the pieces go. It is very complex and just it's a little crazy trying to get everything in place and get it right. And I feel like for me, that is where I have really had an aha moment lately.
I guess my aha moment really is just, I think just like we just keep going back to taking action. Like we notice, like whenever we do stuff, it doesn't matter what we do. Jocelyn just said this the other day. Like we were sitting out on the porch and we were like, if we just do 51% of the things right, then then everything's okay. You don't have to get it right every time. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to get a little more right than you get wrong. And if you just keep doing stuff, good things always happen. So that's kind of my aha moment, is that we just have to kind of be like a shark and just keep moving at all
Very
times.
wise.
Very wise. Very wise. If you're watching your screen right now, I'm going to actually turn my video on. Hold on. And wait, Anna, say hi.
She wants to put on her kids' bottle.
You want to put your kids' glasses on? So we are sitting in the back, and you can see my kitchen's right around the corner there. But like Anna Joe is awake right now, and yeah, and she's putting sunglasses on her baby doll.
She looks crazy. We've
And
been swimming
Jocelyn's over there
earlier
on the other
today,
side,
so
and
yeah.
so we are. This is real life right here, guys. We practice what we preach. We legit work on our online business with our kids sitting in our lap. So if anybody ever asks you, be like, man, I saw somebody make a sale on the member call, and Anna Joe was helping answer questions. All right, so we're gonna get to about 2 more questions here, and then I'm gonna say good night. All right, say bye. You say bye. All right.
All right. Carolyn says, I got a request for my lesson plans through a forum. I'm not working on that product right now. I have them, but I have not used them in a while. Should I offer them to her free, but credit me, charge her as a beta for feedback, offer them as a finished product, or ask her to wait?
So it's not done, is what I'm hearing?
I think she's saying it's done, but maybe she wants to like revise it.
No, let her have it. No, don't hold back. And charge her too. Yeah, I would. I'd sell it.
Yeah, I think I would just sell it as a course. And I think it would be a good idea to get some feedback on it.
Yeah.
So maybe give her a special price. Just let her know, hey, I'm not really ready to sell this yet, but I am.
It's a little unpolished, but you're going to get first dibs.
And I want you to give me some feedback in exchange. And I think that would be a perfect thing to do.
Yeah. If anybody ever asks us, should I wait to sell this thing? We're always going to tell you, no, sell it yesterday, basically. Get your stuff out there as soon as it's done. It's like Jocelyn said, I'm making a Facebook course, but it's going to take more videos. But as soon as the first one's done, we're going to open it up. So it's going to be totally released. So don't wait to sell things by far. Okay. Did Talent and them have a question? I wanted to get one of them. Let's see here.
That's all that I saw, unless I missed one.
John, what's your biggest aha moment? Hold on. I got one right here. And the chat room is burning it up tonight, by the way. I still haven't been able to get the BBPress up and running on my site. I deactivated the plugin and reinstalled it and keep getting the same result. I created a new forums page and pasted the code, but no luck. My guess is right there, Talent, that might be a theme problem. I don't know what theme you're using, but I'll tell you a really easy solution for this. If you're trying to mess with that by yourself, and there's a theme problem that might be keeping it from displaying, then you're probably going to have to go and get someone to do that for you. But I know you can get on Fiverr.com and type in BBPress, and there's a lot of people out there that will log in, fix your BBPress forum, get everything set up correctly, and it'll cost you less than $50. So I would stop fighting it is my best advice here, and just go ahead and get somebody else to install that for you, and then come back and do the paid membership pro lesson to get it all set up. But if it's causing that much problems, it might be a theme conflict, which is easily fixed, but I wouldn't fight it yourself. Okay. All right. And then let's see if there's any more questions. Yeah. I love what Jeanette says here. I always heard, if you are not embarrassed by your first product, you waited too long. That is that is an amazing quote. And I promise you that we have been embarrassed by a few of the things we released, but it didn't matter. We did it anyway. Okay. All right. Let's see let me make sure we didn't miss any questions. I think that was pretty much it for the evening. Got some people sharing their Facebook groups to help each other get ideas for their weekly things. Congratulations again to Kareem for selling her first thing.
I know. I'm so excited about that.
On the month. That's why you come to the monthly member call.
Well, and I'll
folks,
just say
right
too
there.
that Kareem was a part of the mastermind.
She was.
Our July mastermind. Was it July?
Yep, she was. The September mastermind, we will probably pick that book tomorrow. Somebody asked what is our next book we will be reading. We have not picked it yet. We got a bunch of them though that we got ideas for. So keep an eye out for that. I do want to say again, thank everyone for, there's all caps for joining the mastermind. And there is a button to join the mastermind right above the chat box. And I will also copy the link. If you want to do the mastermind, we've got 5 spots left for the September mastermind.
And we may not do another one in 2016.
Yeah, this
so
probably
if you're thinking about jumping in, now is probably the time.
Yeah, I'd say January will be the next one, guys. So if you want to do the last mastermind of the year, go ahead and click on that link. You can read more about it. There is a forum post about it and check that out. Also, too, I'd like to thank everyone who left us an iTunes review tonight. iTunes reviews are really big. Our podcast has had a lot of traction over the last 2 to 3 months. And we are really climbing the rankings, and we need as many reviews as we can get. So if you have not left an iTunes review, I'm going to go ahead and throw the iTunes link in there right now. And if you could do that tonight as you're kind of winding down for the evening after the call. Let me type this in. We would really appreciate if you could leave us an honest iTunes review right there. We're going to have a great mastermind. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. This has been, wait a minute. Veronica Lopez got 2 new members in the last 30 minutes as well. Wasn't her first members, but it's her last. She got 2. There's no raining on the parade. We celebrate everybody's success here. And that's one thing I love about this community. There's Kareem. Everybody, she's yes, Veronica. Like that's why the Success Forum is my favorite place in the entire Flip Your Life community. And it's awesome to be able to celebrate that success live together. I'm going to copy that one too. That's amazing. Just making money, baby, while you're learning about making money. It's awesome.
Yeah, Rebecca, I think that's just a link like to the iTunes. You have to actually sign into iTunes.
If you're on an Apple, if you're on a Mac, if you're on a Mac, that should open iTunes. If you're not, you can do it on the podcast app as well. And this is there's Anna right now.
That was from the Kids Bop Live concert. From our Kids Don't Bop be Live jealous.
Concert. So put your glasses back on. They said that's awesome. Here, put them on me. Can you put them on me? Let me wear them. I'll wear them right now. Oh, you put them on. Okay. Ow, don't stab me in the eye. All right. So this is my celebration of all the money that's been made on the podcast, on the call tonight. And why are you still awake? So we are about to go to bed here. But thank you guys for coming tonight and everything that we've done. Man, this was a great call. Wait, you tell them. She said, tell them I'm not tired. So we may be up for a while. I don't know. But this was a fun call. And thank you guys for staying up with us. And
Anna, stop that.
Having a good time. We will be in the forums. I'll probably be checking them for a little while I'm trying to get this one to sleep. And if we missed any questions or you have any follow-up questions, go start a forum post right now and hit that iTunes review. And if anyone wants to join that September mastermind, we will get it going. So we are out. Great call. We'll see you guys next time. Wait. Whoa, that's amazing. All right, guys. Good night. See you guys later. Say flip your life.
Wait, I want to show him something.
Okay, you show him something. I'll leave it on. For
this
just
call may not end for a while.
Hold on. Oh, you're going to put it on the cat now? Yeah. All right. Wait for it. The cat is now wearing the sunglasses. All right, guys.
Pretty great, right?
Flip lifestyle, baby. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.